What if I told you that you could fight modern problems, like stress and awful sleep, with a tool that's thousands of years old, totally free, and only takes about 5 minutes a day? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into exactly that, an ancient breathing technique that science is now proving has some seriously powerful benefits.
But first, let's set the scene. We need to talk about a problem that feels almost universal these days, especially in the world of academics, the crushing weight of pressure on students.
And look, this isn't just a vague feeling people have. The numbers are pretty staggering. A study from back in 2015 found that nearly 2/3 of students in India felt stressed out because of school pressure. And while this study was focused there, it really paints a picture of a global issue that so many young people are facing.
And the thing about stress is it's not just one isolated problem. No, it's more like a domino effect. When you're constantly stressed, it actually makes it harder to learn. It messes up your sleep. And then, of course, that bad sleep starts to chip away at your overall health. It's a really nasty cycle to get stuck in.
Okay, so we have this huge, widespread problem. What on earth can we do about it? Well, the answer might just be hiding in a surprisingly simple, ancient practice.
It's called Bhramari Pranayama. I know, that's a mouthful, so let's break it down. It's a yogic breathing exercise, and the name Bhramari comes from a Sanskrit word, Bhramar, which means humming black bee. And that's literally what you do. You make a gentle humming sound when you breathe out. Simple as that.
So what's the big deal? Why is this one so special? Well, its real magic is in its simplicity. At its heart, it's just slow, controlled breathing, but it's that humming sound that makes it so unique and frankly kind of interesting to do. And the best part? Absolutely anyone can do it.
So you have this ancient practice with some pretty big claims. That's one thing. But what happens when you put that tradition under the microscope of modern science?
And that is exactly what a group of researchers decided to do. They took 60 high schoolers, the exact group we were just talking about who are under so much pressure, and had them practice this breathing technique for 6 weeks to see what, if anything, would actually change.
So here are the results, and wow, they are pretty telling. We're looking at 2 key things here, perceived stress and sleep quality. For both of these, all you need to know is that a lower score is better. And just look at how much both of those numbers dropped after only 6 weeks.
Let's zoom in on that stress score. It dropped to an average of 12.2. Now, what does that number actually mean? Well, it means the students, as a group, went from being in the moderate stress category all the way down to low stress. That is a huge leap in such a short amount of time.
And what about sleep? That average score fell to 3.82. On this particular sleep scale, any score below 5 means you have good sleep quality. So these students literally went from the poor sleep range, where they started, into the good sleep category. Incredible. Okay, the results are obviously impressive, but the big question is why? How can a simple humming sound create such a dramatic shift in our stress and our sleep? Well, the science behind it is just fascinating.
So, scientists think there are 3 main things going on here. First, that humming action dramatically ramps up production of a molecule called nitric oxide. Second, the sound itself creates these really soothing vibrations. And finally, it flips the switch on our parasympathetic nervous system. That's our body's rest and digest mode, the opposite of fight or flight.
Now, when we talk about nitric oxide, the scale of this increase is just mind-blowing. Research shows that humming produces 15 times more of it in your nasal passages than just breathing quietly. 15-fold. That is not a small difference.
So why should you care about nitric oxide? Well, it's something called a vasodilator. Big word, simple idea. It helps your blood vessels relax and open up. And when that happens, your blood circulation improves, and more oxygen can get to all your tissues. That's fundamental for helping your body rest, repair, and just calm down.
All right, we've seen the problem, we've seen the proof, we've seen the science, so you're probably wondering, okay, how do I actually do this? Well, good news. It could not be easier. Here's all you have to do. First, find a comfy place to sit and just gently close your eyes. Then, you'll place your thumbs on that little flap of cartilage on your ears to gently close them off. Take a nice, slow breath in through your nose, and then, keeping your mouth closed, slowly breathe out while making a low-pitched humming sound, just like a bee. Really try to focus on that vibration you feel. That's it. Just keep that going for 5 minutes.
So, we know it's a game changer for stress and sleep, but guess what? The benefits don't even stop there. This simple practice seems to have a whole range of positive effects. Other scientific studies have linked this practice to helping with sinus issues, which makes total sense thanks to that big nitric oxide boost. It's also been shown to help reduce anxiety and irritability, lower high blood pressure, and generally just make you feel more calm and peaceful.
I mean, you really can't say it much better than the researchers themselves did. They called this practice an inexpensive, safe, fast, and effective way to reduce stress levels and improve overall quality of sleep. It just checks every single box.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really powerful thought. We're always looking for these high-tech, complicated solutions for our modern problems, but what if one of the best answers has been right here all along? In a world that feels so complex, maybe the answer really is as simple as a single humming breath.